it doesn't matter. Like, it's gonna always be Beyonce.
Hello, welcome to the Sportscast, February 25th, 2022. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels: Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Apple Podcast. You can also listen to us on your smart speaker. Say Play Sportscast. Also, go to our website, thesportscast.net, and also our Twitter, thesportscast1. And also download our app, The Sportscast. You could get the latest and greatest. We broke some stories in the past, and we'll probably do it in the future. NBA season, second half of the season. I call the NBA season starts after the All-Star game.
Stories?
And joining us right now is Chris Guzzle.
What stories did you break? I need to know these things.
I'll talk about after the show. CGuzzle, a man that I've been following on Twitter, big basketball fan, really hard to get on the Sportscast.
Don't follow me. Do not follow me. It's not a good follow.
Okay. Chris, welcome to the Sportscast.
I'm not here to promote myself or anything. I'm just like, I love talking sports.
So, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background with sports and the
First
NBA.
of all, it's Guzzle, okay? Guzz or Guzzle. That's what it is, okay?
That's
the brand. No, it's funny because, like, if you try my brand anywhere, I have an account there already.
Right. So
Like, my emails, everything. This Skype is like CGuzzle. That's what we're talking about. CGuzzle. I've had it for like 16 years or 15 years now.
Hey, that's awesome. Keep it going. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how'd you get this name going?
Oh, okay. The name. All right. So I actually got it from a friend at work. There was a big fight. We went to when there's a big fight, everybody goes to somebody's house. So in the Bay, we were out these people I work with. We went out to this house in Brentwood, and we were watching this fight. I think it was when Roy Jones, when he got knocked out, and he got knocked out like in the second round or something like that. So anyways, everybody you always bring something to a party. You bring something to whatever, right? They paid for the fight,
protocol.
Yeah, you bring something. So anyways, what I brought was I brought 40s, like we do 40s in the Bay, right? So I brought a 40 of Old English and a 40 of Mickey's, right? So I got 2 big 40s, and then I got like a 12-pack of Corona, just for everybody. And everybody's partaking of everything, and my drinks are not being used. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna drink them. So I just drank, the 40 of, both my 40s. I drank both of those 40s, and then I drank like 11 out of the 12 beers that was in the Corona pack. And so my boy that I used to work with, Khalil, he just said, he knows my first name, so he said, man, C. He just called me C. He's like, C, you just guzzled all them beers down. I was like, and he's like, man, we can call you C Guzzle. And that's just boom. And it just stuck. Like ever since then, people know me by that name more than they know by my real name. Because they'll see me like, oh, what's up, Guzz? Or that's just how it is.
CGuzzle. So CGuzzle.
That's the name. That's the story. That's the first time I told that anywhere.
Hey, only on the Sportscast. We got the exclusive.
It has nothing to do with sports. But I mean, other than Roy Jones getting knocked out in the second round.
So tell us your background with sports. What do you watch and who do you support?
I'm a Bay dude. So I've got a couple. It's East Bay too. So it's Oakland A's, my Oakland Raiders always, Cal Bears, and my Dubs, man, my Warriors.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Oh, and my mom was from Wisconsin, so she brought Green Bay Packers into the family. So we got a little bit of Bucks and Packers, in the blood. So we always root for the Milwaukee team or the Wisconsin teams.
So you like Aaron Rodgers?
Hey man, he's a Bay guy too. I mean, he's went to Cal, came from, what is it? Up in Butte, man. He came, they weren't even, dude. He was at a junior college, dude. He was at a JC. And he just gets discovered by Tedford because they came to look at the tight end, who they recruited as well. And they bring him down, and it's just, hey, man, you know what it is now. That boy's a savage.
Now, I've been hearing rumors that the Niners might keep Garoppolo because Trey Lance is not ready. Have you heard that?
Who cares if the dude? This is Raider Nation, baby. I don't care about the Niners, man. This is Raider Nation.
And you're a Raider Nation guy.
Man, bump the Niners, man. I don't care about the Niners. I will say this. I got Niners. So, yo, my family is split. Because my pops, he set the tone for the family. When it was my dad was from the East Bay, from Pittsburgh, California. And so he was Raider fan. And then when they left in the 80s, he got pissed. And so he became Niner fan because he was pissed at Al for moving the team to LA. And so what happened is me and my older brother, we were old enough to remember him being Raider fan. So we were Raider fan. And my younger brother, younger sister, they Niner fan because of my pop. So, and then of course my mom with the Packers. So, hey man, that's how the family works, man. We got some. So, but I was like, man, bump the Niners, man. I don't care whether they keep Garoppolo. You know what? It doesn't matter. Keep Garoppolo, keep Trey Lance. Hey, either one of them, you're gonna be a trash quarterback.
So what did you think?
Man, they had Justin Fields right there. Justin Fields. Like, why you trade up for Trey Lance? You giving up free number one for Trey Lance? Are you serious now? Trey Lance, Justin Fields, man. Did you watch like QB1 on Netflix? Justin Fields is the dude, man. I could justify that, but you go to Trey Lance? Stop.
Yeah, I know.
You can't beat Jimmy Garoppolo out in your first year? No, stop.
Yeah, I know. That's not a good sign. Raiders moving to Vegas. Your thoughts on that?
I'm split because I can't. I mean, I went to Houston. I used to go to LA to see them in the games down there, so it didn't bother me that they were in LA. I was ecstatic when they came back. Oakland is just very bad at a lot of city government stuff, right? And especially when it comes to that facility, they've they picked the A's. They picked the A's because the A's had more dates in their season, so they picked the A's over the Raiders because they let the A's sign a 10-year lease. That means that the Raiders couldn't demolish the stadium and build a new stadium because they wanted to build right there. And then now the A's are rumored to go because they can't get a new stadium built. And it's the same city government crap, same stuff. And so if I'm Mark Davis, I guess he has more hair than me, whatever. But I mean, I wouldn't, oh man, God, come on, Mark. But I would say, if somebody offers me $1 billion, that's what they offer. More than $1 billion. And they're basically handing it to you, giving you $1 billion, and you're going to get your stadium. You're going to get everything you want in Las Vegas. Dude, no, I'm not blaming him for taking that. The only thing, I mean, I love Vegas too. I go all the time. So it didn't bother me that they were going to Vegas. And it's like, it literally is a split, between Oakland and LA, where all the fans come from. Like all that. I mean, we got a problem with, fans selling their tickets, but they bought them as an investment, which is fine. It's whatever. We just have to, Raider fans got to show up and not sell. But that you also got to be good. Hey man, the better you are, man. The more you're going to block out your own stadium.
Yeah.
I think the only thing we gave up is the most wonderful, diverse, incredible tailgate anywhere on the planet. Like if you ever did a tailgate, I mean, it was the thing about it is, a lot of the tough, rough stuff that a lot of that came from LA. That was not in Oakland because my dad, we were going to games and my dad was going in the 70s and it was just blue collar fun. It was wild, like a biker gang type of thing, but it wasn't, it was civilized. Everybody respected each other. And a lot of the violence came from LA. I mean, I go down there for games. You could just count the fights in the stands all the time. But Oakland, the tailgate is just one of the most amazing things at the Oakland Coliseum. And to not have that particular environment is robbed people of a lot of culture. And you could see it inside the stadium. Like the stadium, like when the Raiders would lose, would be down. And so they was down a lot. But man, when you had those victories in the Coliseum and everybody's just walking around, just going Raiders, and just like, it's just, I'm telling you, it is a feeling that I know a lot of people are, you know, it's unfortunately kind of sold your soul a little bit. Well, I mean, probably a lot to go to Las Vegas. But you win, you'll get that back, and you're still going to have the OGs still going out there too. So I'm going out there.
Yeah, huge base of supporters for the Raiders. I know that it extends to Mexico. A lot of Mexicans like the Raiders as well,
too.
Which is why they have the games there. Same for the Chiefs. But yeah, and also what's left in the Oakland is the A's and also the Oakland Roots, which is a second division soccer club. So hopefully Oakland will revive their sports culture.
Does it go up or down? Is it first and third, or is you're trying to get better? If they're second division, do they want to get to third or do they want to get to first?
Well,
I don't understand how that works.
Well, to get to first in the States, you have to pay. Rather in England, where you can earn it. If you win the second division, you go on to the first division. But in the States, you got to pay.
It still makes no sense to me. I don't follow soccer like that.
Well, yeah, that's
you want to go up or down? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, it's a whole different podcast.
Are they trying to get to first division?
I don't know what their goals are. I mean,
I'm just saying, is the goal of a soccer team to go up a division?
Oh yeah,
for one.
Oh yeah, yours is. Always to be in number one.
That's all I was asking.
Yeah,
that's how
absolutely.
I am about
absolutely. I don't think many teams want to stay in second or third, but they just got to build the capital for it. So, anyways, NBA season 21-22 season. Of course, the All-Star game was last week. It was pretty good, I thought. What were your thoughts over the All-Star game?
I mean, Steph went off. The thing was, I think I was watching everything, and there was a couple guys gunning for the MVP. Giannis was one of them. He made a lot of his shots, whatever, but there were dunks and stuff like that. But LeBron took a lot of shots as well. He took a lot of shots. He just missed a lot of shots. So I think he was gunning for a little bit, but Steph just got hot. I mean, he got incendiary. He'd come down one. Dude, they were doubling him. They were doubling him in an All-Star.
They were playing defense in the All-Star game?
But they're doubling him. Because he's hit 5 in a row, and you're like, well, maybe we should put somebody more than Trae Young on him. So let's bring Jason Tatum over, and we'll swing Jason Tatum onto him finally. And then we'll have some guy guarding him against the baseline, too. Dude, they were done. And he still gets open for a three.
No, which is interesting because I was telling my other co-host Victor that I think what matters the most in the All-Star game is the All-Star MVP than the actual All-Star trophy. Don't you think?
Yeah. This trophy was just special. Kobe. It was a special thing. I mean, they had a press release about it. Right? It wasn't just we were renaming it or, anything like that. No, they changed the entire style of the trophy to represent Kobe.
Right.
Every little, pyramid, when I was reading, every little, level meant something. And so to be the first one to get that, I don't think Steph was gunning for it. I literally think he just got hot. He just got, it's I mean, if you've ever played, this is why I love basketball, is because there, you get in the zone where nothing and nobody can stop you. And you're flicking everything up off the glass and in, and nothing matters. And to be in that, and that's the thing about Steph, it's and other guys, is that they can get in that zone, and just, that's what you see the result of that. You see the result. And I think that, honestly, at some point, Steph is going to have a similar game in the regular season or the playoffs or something like that, where it actually matters, when he just gets in the zone and it doesn't matter. I've seen a lot of players throughout history like that just get, incendiary hot. It's an amazing thing to watch.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
For soccer and basketball, I've been nailing these two words, Guzzle: momentum and rhythm. Momentum and rhythm will carry you to possibly a championship. That's what I say. And that's what Steph Curry has, that. And his partner in crime, he isn't showing up, isn't he?
Who, Clay?
Yeah. Clay Thompson.
He's averaging 18?
Not bad.
I think something like that. He's averaging 18 points a game. I mean, he's cost us a couple of games with just, trying to get himself going. But I think in the, in the grand scheme of things, like him being confident, taking those shots, he's hit game winners too, right? I was at the game where he hit the game winner. So, and it was on a simple brush screen, which they tried again, and the next time he missed and they lost. But, that's how it is.
How's that stadium? Is it pretty nice?
It's a beautiful arena. It's a beautiful arena. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I dig it. It's a good. It just doesn't. It doesn't have the spirit yet. It doesn't have like. There used to be a Warriors chant, because it's similar to the Raiders. It was like the same thing, Warriors, and you could get that going, and it would just right around the whole place, around the Oracle.
So you miss the Oracle.
I miss that. I miss that soul and that atmosphere. I'm not, and people say it's because they moved from the East Bay, over to San Francisco. That's not it, because a lot of the fans were coming from San Francisco and all that. They were coming over too. I think it's just it hasn't been through like a live playoff atmosphere yet. This building, so that hasn't been broken through yet. And I think once it does, and you get those playoff wins, and like we are thinking championships, as they want to say, we are thinking championships at this point.
Yeah, because it seems like the Warriors,
not one, not two.
Right.
The
Warriors has that same bull spirit back in the '90s. It felt like right now, not because Curry's there.
Mike was gone for 2, and basically 2 years, and the next thing you know, they're back on top. And so this will be a little more hiatus, 3 seasons, but man, to say that, and in this culture too, to say that you're just washed and you're done. Dude, I have so many DMs from people that I'm saving that said like, welcome back to the gutter. Like, we were the worst team in the league.
Like 15 years ago.
15, yeah, they were like 15 and in that shortened season. It was ridiculous.
With Monty, was it Monty Williams that played back then? Before Curry, I forgot his name, but I was watching a documentary on it.
I've wiped those years from my memory.
Okay, yeah,
I don't
no
know
wonder.
anything about them. No, actually, I did brutally watch every.
Monty Ellis.
I have watched.
Yeah.
I've watched every single game for decades.
Since Chris Mullin.
Dude, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, we're at it. Let's look at the.
Hey, that's somebody who got snubbed from this top 75 list.
Yeah, which we'll talk about.
This man he's a Dream Team Hall of Famer. Dream Team Hall of Famer. How many guys were even on the Dream Team? Are there every one of those guys in the top 75?
I don't think Chris Leitner's
there.
Forget
Christian Leitner. Nobody cares about that. But
he doesn't count.
Mullen, everybody on that roster except for Mullen is in the top 75.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of one other one's Vince Carter. Never made it.
Yeah, but okay, so Vince, there's the other thing is, how do you tell the story of the NBA, right? You can't tell it without Vince. They had a hiatus on the dunk contest because there was no dunkers until Vince came in and they brought it back. And he did that incredible, that was in Oakland. In 2000.
You remember that. Also, I heard Dwight Howard, but I don't really think Dwight Howard should deserve it. No,
he deserved it.
You think so?
Oh, my dude, Dwight Howard? Dude, people forget how nice Dwight was, man. Dwight Howard is the reason that we did not get the LeBron versus Kobe matchup in the finals.
You're right.
Was because of Dwight Howard.
You're right.
I'm sorry, Dwight, that dude was not. I mean, that's the thing is with recency bias, like you lose focus on how good a player is. So that's why I would like. I mean, LeBron. Yes, Urkel has the famous tweet that he's 30. This is not going to last too much longer, right?
Another name, Mutombo.
But like Dwight could have retired a couple of years ago, and people would, they wouldn't have seen him with his injuries and things like that, and they would have remembered him completely differently. He would have been in the Hall of Fame by now if he would have retired when he should have.
True. I think he extended his stay a little too long. I
mean, I'm just saying, like, he's still a good player that can help. So it's up to him playing. That's fine. But I'm just saying, if you were talking peak player not to get in, when he was at his peak for all those years, all those straight defensive player of the years, and man, there was nothing. He was such a dominant force, and I think he's like 6'9". You know, people like at real height, he's like 6'9".
That's pretty tall.
He's just dominant, and just so physical. Like I remember him giving Duncan just absolute fits, like dunked the game winner on him.
Another name, Penny Hardaway got snubbed.
Too much injuries.
I gotcha.
It's a sad thing. I mean, I guess if they would have won more with him and Shaq, they actually would have won the thing. Yeah, but I think it's like, did Grant Hill make it?
No. Wait.
Okay.
Let me double check.
No, Grant Hill. No.
I don't think he would, right?
No, I don't think.
No, he did not.
I wouldn't think he made it.
He not. Another name, Paul Gasol, did not make it.
I think he deserves to be in there. That trade remade the Lakers.
Yeah.
And it solidified Kobe and his legacy, and they did it together though. They did it together. They don't, Yeah. I mean, we know Stephen Da's famous clip about that, but Powell was a key.
Yeah.
That's why it looked like robbery, because everybody knew Powell was so good, and he was just in Memphis, But everybody knew how good he was from when he first came into the league.
He was the best Spaniard.
So like that pairing, and he was versatile. He pass, shoot. It's like you get those three qualities. Can you pass, shoot, play a little bit defense, I guess. But that man was skilled. You put him and Kobe together, lights.
Another name, Mutombo, did not make the top 75.
He didn't win enough.
Yeah.
He was never the best player. Like never close. He won Defensive Player of the Year, but I think honestly, I love him as a player, but him beating Seattle in the first round, I'll remember that forever.
Yeah. Another player.
Yeah, that was a good freaking team. Seattle was a good team.
Another player that our Sportscast contributor, Erwin Dudley, said, Tracy McGrady did not make the top 75.
Tracy McGrady shouldn't even be in the Hall of Fame.
Wow. Why do you say that?
Just not enough impact on the injuries. Great player, but just injuries. And I think being around is great, but if we're just getting glimpses, every once in a while, it's just not enough to, for me to be in the Hall of Fame, which I think has to have a level of consistency.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant said that the toughest defender was Tracy McGrady, but
hey, no, it was. I watched those matchups.
Yeah,
I've watched. I got up for, they used to have like a Saturday or Sunday showcase, and it was like on NBC, and I'd get up and watch these, Orlando, and I'm telling you, I've seen, because McGrady's legit 6'9", length.
Yeah, skinny.
And Kobe's a legit 6'4", right? 6'4". But so I've seen Kobe try to do his turnaround and just McGrady just get at him and block. And I was like, whoa! The way they shot it too is they showed this replay with there was a camera on them one-on-one the whole game. And so they showed this replay of it, and Kobe goes into the step back, and McGrady is just eating him up, dude. Just I was like, oh my gosh, So I could see why Kobe said that T-Mac was his, but he's just not. He got one scoring title, I think. Maybe it's a couple, but he just not around enough. That's why I'm thinking Grant Hill too is the same story.
Same scenario.
There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys like that. There's a lot of guys that are that good. We get robbed of them because of injuries, and it sucks. But
it's reality.
It's what it is.
Tony Parker, another name that was snubbed, talked about.
He got snubbed.
Yeah, 5 championships, right?
He got snubbed.
4, I think, because he didn't.
No,
was on.
Yeah, 4, but
yeah.
Yeah, There was a lot of, the Spurs, the way they ran things, a lot of it was because of Tony Parker and his shiftiness. I don't see them winning the championships without him, even with Duncan. because Duncan allowed them to do tons of things, but Tony Parker and his skills as well, when they run, pick and roll, that it was so dynamic. It was so dynamic with Tony because he could literally pull up, he could hit that midi. It was cash. It was cash all the time, or he could get all the way to the rim easy, because Tim, like, nobody's trying to come over to Duncan, right? So Tony, man. They don't win those chips without him. I'm serious. Like, I think there was like the 4 of them.
Yeah, which is one of the things of Popovich. He definitely puts a lot towards the point guard and Parker. Even Patty Mills, a big part of the Spurs, and Speedy McClaston.
You ran that similar stuff. Who? Speedy Claxton?
Claxton, yeah. But only had one good season, I believe.
This is not a promotion. This is actually not even Gatorade. It's like water.
What is your favorite Gatorade flavor?
I don't have one. I don't really drink Gatorade.
It tastes the same. Well, mine is a fruit punch, usually. Okay. Another name, Yao Ming. Snubbed.
No, Hall of Fame's good enough.
Okay.
Hall of Fame's good enough for Yao.
And another player, I'm not sure if you've heard of him, Alex English, talked about.
Oh, no, he's great.
Played in the 80s.
But great scorer. A fabulous scorer. But, yeah, he's
one player that did make it that I'm glad, Dennis Rodman, the worm.
I mean, yeah, he's oh, man, he's part of that dynasty, that Bulls dynasty, man.
Can't beat it. And the Pistons.
And the Pistons, and the Pistons, man. He was. That's. I think that's an interesting thing with Rodman, right? Because we saw at the All-Star, at the All-Star Top 75, how, Isaiah and Mike just ain't fooling with each other. They are not fooling with each other, and we're talking about decades here, because of I think a couple series that they had in the playoffs, back in the 80s and 90s. Dude, that's what we're talking about, like that long. But Rodman was on those Pistons teams.
Jordan rules.
And he wrapped up Mike. And that's the thing that kind of gets me sometimes, is like Mike is like, I'm cool with Dennis. I'm cool. Why was he cool with Dennis,
Good rebounder.
Because I think in the end, he just knew that Isaiah was the general of all that. Isaiah was the general, right? And that was that's so he, like a general, just you send out your troops, man. You give in the orders.
Awesome,
right?
Well, those were the players that were snubbed. The top, I believe there was about 8 of them or 10 of them. Let's look in the standings of the NBA so far. The East, the Bulls are number 1 and then the Heat. They're kind of interchanging for that first and second spot. Then the Sixers, Bucks, Cavs, Celtics, Raptors, Nets, Hornets, and Hawks. To just name the top 10. Guzzle, how do you see the East so far?
I think the Nets will come out if they get everybody back. Other than that, it'll be Milwaukee.
You think so?
Man, the NBA is fixed, man. Of course they want the Nets to come out of the East, bro.
There's too much money on the line.
They thought it was going to be the Lakers, man. The NBA is like, well, the Lakers suck, so you know what? All right, well, let's do the Nets Warriors, and we'll have those storylines going on right there in the finals.
There you go.
But the Nets, they got a tremendous talent. Dragic was a huge signing, I think, for them. They literally increased their talent level a ton with that one. If you can imagine Dragic coming off that is a good signing right there.
By the Raptors, yeah.
So,
how do you see that Raptors team with Van Fleet?
I see them like I see Van Vliet in the 3-point contest. The man hit the side of the backboard. The man hit the side of the backboard in the 3-point contest. I'm sorry I had to get that off, bro. So this is my other part of my brand. Like I can laugh, cry at everything, dude. You talking about an emoji, bro? I swear to God, yeah. The man at the side of the backboard in the 3-point contest.
You love basketball, don't you?
I don't even know. I don't even like the equivalent of the dunk contest. Maybe that's like what Obi Toppin wanted on a layup. He wanted on a layup. Maybe that's the equivalent.
Cause I love you, man.
That's what I feel about. That's what I feel about All Star Weekend, All Star Saturday.
Which are you a proponent of the All Star? Do you look forward to it?
I saw a guy at the side of a backboard in 3-point contest, and I saw a dude win the dunk contest with a layup.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
You enjoyed it probably the most than other people, I bet.
I didn't even have to drink, man. It was just that funny. It was that funny. Like, yo.
All right. So
what is going on here?
Let's stay on track here. Let's go to the West. The Suns are at 1. Warriors are.
No. I like the Heat. I do like the Heat.
So it was the East. Okay, the Heat.
I'm
a Heat fan, by the way.
I think they do have experience. Whether it was a real championship run or not, it was still experience, right?
Right.
And I think they have a lot of good players. They got a lot of good players, and they got a great coach.
Spo.
I wish Spoelstra was my coach. I'll tell you that right now. Don't tell the curse.
Steve Kerr. Interesting.
Dude,
why do you say that?
I just think tactically he's a very good coach, and I think actually personally too. I think he really knows how to use his players.
Interesting.
I'll say that right for now. I'll just say that. But I really do like the Heat because of that experience, and they can get hot too. They got players that can get incendiary as well, and especially if Bam is doing his thing, man, it opens up all for those shooters they got. So, I like the Heat. That they're definitely I wouldn't even say a dark horse. They're right there. I think the top 4, which is like Philly, the Nets, Milwaukee, and the Heat right there with me. That's who I like.
Do you think they can make it all the way?
Oh, Heat, yeah, easily. Yep, easily. They have closers. They've got reliable bigs. I mean, even their backup bigs. What Dwayne Dedmon I think is there is he's a good backup big, okay? And he can shoot. So, yeah, I like the Heat. I think they can play. I think they can play anybody's style. And they've been shown that they can stop Giannis too. They've been shown they've shown that they can shut him down, and I don't think they can. They're not going to be able to do it at the same level, I think. But if they do match up, then I think that they still can give him problems and make him more inefficient. And especially they don't Milwaukee's got holes in their roster a little bit now.
So you're saying there's a chance,
dude? Hey, I like the Heat, man. I'm telling you. Tell me Heat.
How about the Bulls team? You think without Ball, things will be a little bit, a little difficult for them?
They're this year's Atlanta Hawks.
Right. They're hype.
I think they're nice. It's I know DeRozan is there and he's been through battles and he's at the peak of his powers it seems right now, which I thought was actually a couple of years ago, but man, still fantastic. And I'm really happy for him to be even in the MVP conversation. I don't think he's going to win MVP, but to be in the MVP conversation is a real credit to him as a player. But I just think the team around him is still a little too young, and they have not been through the grind of those playoffs yet, and so I think that's going to stun them a little bit. And I think next year. I think they can make a run, the Bulls. Yeah.
Yeah, they're more mature. Yeah, playoff experience really weighs a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm telling you, that grind is
it's tough. Yeah.
That's why people complain about teams like the Warriors and that they don't bring it sometimes during the regular season. Man, this has been going on with championship level teams. Yeah. Because they know that the grind of the playoffs, that they know what it's like, right? It's a season in itself. And it takes a season's worth of out of your life basically every time. That's why. When you're the Warriors and you go to the finals 5 years in a row. 5 years in a row.
That's tough, dude.
Unheard of.
That's wear and tear on the body. That's why Klay Thompson got injured.
It hadn't happened since the Celtics. It never happened.
Right. No one talks about that.
You're playing all the way into June. You're playing all the way into June. And I mean, like that's like they were talking about it's like 60-something days off, 60-something days off until you start the next season.
Interesting. All right, ready?
So like that's, but I'm saying like that's what I'm saying. Young teams like the Bulls, like they got to go through some of that stuff, like to get to that next level. Like there's a lot of good teams right down there that are I think ready to take the lead.
All right, ready to go into the West.
Sure.
All right, Suns first. They're up by 6 games. Warriors, then Grizz, Jazz, Mavericks, Nugs, Timberwolves, Clippers, Lakers, and Blazers. Warriors were number 1 for a point. Suns are now.
You mentioned teams that don't even need mentioning.
I know. It's kind of a weak bottom, I would say. How do you see the West? I mean, yeah, Warriors are having a fantastic season compared to years prior. The Suns are still at it from last year. What do you think is going to happen?
I think Suns are gonna. I mean, they're running away with this number 1 seed. There's 23 games left.
Yeah.
And they're running away with it. So I mean, I think if they were smart, because I've actually been through the grind, actually been there, that they would start at least resting some of these guys. Because I'll tell you right now, the Warriors at 6.5 games behind, they're like. We're not going to catch them, and we're not going to put the effort to catch them. Like if we drop game here or there, it's not going to be as long as we stick at this 2 seed, we'll be fine. And so, hey, if we got to go to a game, we got to go to a game 5 in their place, that's fine, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 4-1.
Which Warriors can win on the road. They have proven in the past.
Warriors are going to wash the Suns. The Warriors, the healthy team.
Remember that Toronto finals where they won their games only in Toronto?
Take them out and beat them like a rug. Like they are going to wash.
Guzzle's ready for that matchup.
Absolutely wash the Suns. Guzzle, it's not even a prediction, bro. If we get our hands on the Suns, and they fans will be getting a little spicy out there. And for what reason? Because you lost in 6? Stop it. Yo, come on. You know who the top dog is. Come on, Phoenix. Be real.
It's the
It
Warriors.
ain't gonna be Suns in 4. This is gonna be Suns in 5. You're gonna lose in 5. Suns in 5. Suns to lose in 5. Book it. But I mean, because we might just be like, get bored and like, we'll give them a game. Yeah, we'll do some. We'll give. Hey, yo, NBA, we'll throw you a bone here. We'll give you a game on the road.
Just an extra game. Interesting. Anything else from the West?
Yo, we did that in the finals. Like we literally did that in the finals.
You guys only beat Toronto. In Toronto, you guys.
2018. We're like, you know what? We're bored. Let's give them a game on the road.
It's a rising Phoenix Suns, of course, with Chris Paul.
Yes,
and
the
Booker.
rising Phoenix Suns.
Exactly.
They're a good team.
Yeah, very talented.
But Chris Paul is a loser, and as long as he's on the roster, he is bringing his talisman, the bad luck with him, bro.
I thought they were going to be the Bucks. I really thought so.
Loser. No way. That guy is cursed by the basketball. This man came into the All-Star game. He trying to get an assist because it might be his last All-Star, and he was trying to break a record.
Wow.
Trying to get, and he couldn't even get. Basketball God said, "No, we have smited you, and we have told you we have smited you, Chris. We've given you this far, but you're never going to win, Chris, and you ain't going to get a record in the All-Star game. Sorry. Bye-bye. No way, Chris." He cost a young, up-and-coming All-Star like Anthony Edwards a spot in the team because he wanted to try to break an assist record.
It's incredible.
That is why you will never win. That is why.
What do you think about
Chris
Booker?
Paul will never
Like, Booker kind of reminds me of Kobe a bit.
Book is nobody reminds me of Kobe. Booker is just Booker. He is his own man, and everybody studies from the greats, and everybody does it. Everybody does it. Even Mike did it, right? So everybody. I like Book. I like him keeping it in the mid range, but obviously when he gets deadly from 3, like really deadly from 3, then that's going to open up his midi even more. I like them. I like their team, man. Mikal Bridges is a good young player. That's real nice to have good young players that have, that have actually been through the grind. You could say, dude, I get pissed off at people who say, like, oh, they only went to the finals because everybody was injured. Like, hey, man, you play who's in front of you. You play who's in front of you. Those games are still intense. Playoff games are so intense.
Whole different level.
And so, hey, man, if you play who's in front of you. It happen, like, injuries happen all the time. Like, everybody said that about the Warriors in 2015, that everybody was hurt in every round. Like, dude, you play who's in front of you. And then because everybody said dude, Phoenix is going through this right now too. They're doing the same thing that the Warriors did.
Right.
Like, literally, people were saying they only got to the finals. There was some chatter. And so, you know what? What do they come out? Now they come out and they're 49-10. They're 49-10. So that's like, you say we only got to the finals because people were injured in front of us? Okay, have some of this Western Conference. Have some of this. Yeah, that's what Phoenix is doing right now. They can afford to coast right now. They're going to coast into the number 1 seed. What they've won their last 8, right? And they're 9-1, and they've won their last 8. Yo, they are smoking, and they finished games like strong. They remind me of a younger Warriors team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They got some guys too. They got some guys, but they got to get rid of Chris Paul, man. I'm telling you, they got to get rid of that.
He's
guy.
The problem.
They'll never win anything with him because his antics. The thing is that his antics is why he'll never be a great player. I mean, like, he'll never be revered. He'll be looked at like Isaiah, even though Isaiah is a greater player than him. Isaiah won championships, but people want to talk like that he's in the same league and they're not.
Other than the Warriors and Suns, who else in the West you think has a good shot or dark horse? I know Lakers are not looking good, but other than those two, who do you think has a good will have a good run for the playoffs?
Out of all these teams, I mean, everybody looks at the Grizz up and coming. They're gonna be a good seed, but I can see them getting knocked out early, just because. Like, they got to go through the grind. I know they went, they had Utah last year, so they felt that a little bit, but that was Utah, man. Like, I think one of if they're like a 3 seed and they play, I don't know, they say the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets might get them because you got Jokic, who's just Jokic. I mean,
playoff experience.
No offense to Ja, but Jokic is the best player on the floor. He will be the best player on the floor in that matchup. Everything the Grizzlies can survive without Ja on the floor. Like, I don't think the Nuggets can survive without, I don't think they have enough players. Like, but when he's out there, he's magic. Dude, he would probably be my favorite player to pair with Steph right now. Like, if I could take a player from any other team and put him on my team, I would take the Joker in a heart. Dude, him and Steph, they would destroy everybody, every team, any line. You could put those two dudes would be like it. They would just the magic they would have, like passing and shooting. It'd be unstoppable, man.
But the Warriors don't typically play with big guys hardly, like in our past history, right?
Well, they keep trying to. They drafted James Wiseman, number 2 overall. Uh-huh. Like, I think we wanted Anthony Edwards first. I think that, if we could have got Anthony Edwards, that would be great. But I think just the ball, LaMelo, I'm telling you, I watched his highlights, LaMelo Ball's highlights in the trailer, and I was in on him as the number 1 pick. I was in on LaMelo as the number 1 pick. I remember tweeting it because he does all the things that you like to see. Dribble, pass, shoot. He can do all those things. Dribble, pass, shoot. We just saw them do it in the All-Star game. The kid's like, what, second year? No, third year. Hey, dude, that kid is a great player. But here's the thing about it is that I think they've just looked at him like it's too much of a gamble with the balls. You just never know. You never know what's going to happen there. But as far as talent, he's talent at the roof. But the Warriors have been trying to forever find a good big. The last good big man they had was Chris Webber.
Wow, yeah.
Chris Webber, 1994. Chris Webber. That's how long it's been since they only had him for 1 year. 1 year. And that's how long it's been since they had a good. I mean, no offense to David Lee, thank you. We appreciate you coming over, David Lee. You actually were an all-star when you were here.
Warriors OG.
And great offensive player. I'll leave it at that. But we appreciate you, David Lee. You did help us win the championship.
I like David Lee, yeah.
You were always consummate professional. Met him a couple times, and yeah, he was always a good dude. So,
cool deal.
Shout out to David Lee, man. That man's living the dream.
Well, there you have it. CGuzzle's West and East preview. What's happening currently?
You got me on a time limit here or something like that? What are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, we're surpassed it.
I'll say this. I'm just saying. I'm looking at teams like the Timberwolves. I like them as a team. They're getting it together. And man, Anthony Edwards was giving job problems, man. He was giving him jobs and problems last night. So I'm looking forward to these young teams like coming in and getting some playoff experience, man, cutting their teeth on that stuff, man. Clippers are going to, because I think Clippers are going to be back on the top, like near the top next year. Like they get everybody back, plus the moves that they made. Clippers roster is deep.
Yeah.
Is super deep. And they're just like, hey, this season, wow, whatever, throw it away. We might get a playoff run with some of our younger guys, but hey, man, like next year is obviously the target. It's gonna be a battle next year. Think about next year.
Next year, everyone's healthy.
We hope everybody's healthy, but like the Clippers, the Suns, the Warriors, after coming off a championship, that's gonna happen.
But it feels like the Warriors are in a win now situation.
They're in a win for like the next 5 years situation.
You see it like that.
Look, Jonathan Kaminga is 19 years old. Mm-hmm. He just turned 19 years old in October, so he's a young 19. That kid if you'd redraft, I think it's like him and Mobley for the number 1 pick, I think right now, because you just look at and I think it would even be Kaminga because he's even more dynamic than I think Mobley is. He's already shown a post game. He finishes everything. Like it's really hard for a big, like a person his size, and this is why LeBron is so good too, is a person their size, they're going up and they're finishing like softly off the glass, even though they're moving 100 miles an hour. He already has that like instinctually in his game. He can pass. Dude, what happened? Okay, I had to move more. I didn't know I wasn't moving. Thank you, lights at work. All right.
Lights on.
That's right. So, no, Jonathan Kaminga, I'm telling you, if him and Wiseman, dude, Wiseman, he's like a baby giraffe, like learning to walk. Big men this is what I said Wiseman is. Wiseman will be what Joel Embiid is right now. That's how good Wiseman is going to be. He has to learn his post game, but he's already got a 3-point shot. I've seen him distribute his hands. He's working on his hands, but they got coaches for him. And from what I hear, in practice, he's like, we're getting small glimpses. All right. And so you're taking these two players, which I think Kaminga could be an all-star, I think in 2 years, he will. Next year, he'll do the dunk contest. And then because he's going to have highlight dunks from now all the way till, and they're going to be like begging for him to come and do the dunk contest. He could do a week 1 handed windmill, and they would have been better than anything we saw this year. But I'm just saying, and then I think he's a highlight factory. He's Dominique Wilkins and just a tiny bit taller than him, and he's 19 years old. So they're going to extend the Warriors dynasty because Steph you're going to see something from Steph in the second half. Like he played a game last night where he had 18 points and 14 assists. Like he absolutely dominated the game in any way he wanted to. And I get Portland. They don't have their players, and that's fine. They're tanking. We get it, but we did what we were supposed to do, right? Like bad teams like the Lakers lose to this team, Portland, and the Warriors do what they're supposed to. They're a good team, and they just dominate them, and Steph sits the entire fourth quarter. But the way he dominated them was just absolutely. He's filleting this team, and I just want to see, like, he's going to show something in the second half. Like, I think there's going to be something that what we're going to witness is going to be really special. Like last year. Like last year, he just obliterated everybody with scoring, like 37 a game or something like that. But their record wasn't good because they didn't have enough players. Now they got the players, and Steph could detonate like this, and it's just going to be a wash. Like that's why I think like the best what we're about to see with Steph, and they work in these young guys like Wiseman, who's supposed to come back soon. Like, I think they're actually going to play some minutes in the playoffs, because I think we'll be blowing teams out in the playoffs, and they're going to put our rookies in garbage time. That's what I think.
Well,
that's how bad it's going to
be. We're running out of time, guys.
That's the West.
That's the West for you.
Okay. Right.
All right. Predictions tonight. Lakers versus Clippers. Who you got?
You know what? I produce a little clip. Every time the Lakers lose, and we here at Urkel #Urkel Spaces on Twitter, we do a Lakers therapy session for every game. That's how much we are interested in the Lakers, because we wanted them to be good. So they're not good, though, and they're probably lose to the Clippers. So we'll be holding Lakers therapy, and then I'll play this video that I make for them about how insulting the Lakers, about how much they are terrible. And it brings joy to my life as a Bay Area resident to watch the Lakers suck. So
Eagles. There you go. Eagles at Minnesota. Oh, no, sorry. Eagles. Sorry. 76ers
Eagles.
At Minnesota. I'm still in NFL mode. I'm sorry.
Am I tripping? What is happening? Eagles at Minnesota. What?
76ers at Timberwolves.
I'll take the Sixers. I think they're out to send messages. I think Joel Embiid is probably the MVP front runner.
He's the real deal.
And it would take it's going to be neck and neck with Steph down at the end. But yeah, I think Joel Embiid's out to send messages, especially on the road.
Classic rivalry, Heat at the Knicks.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Rivalry.
Classic. I said classic.
Nick, okay. I guess we got Allen Houston at the buzzer. All right, I get it. Beautiful jump shot, by the way, Allen. But no, the Knicks are a disgrace, bro. Sorry, Knicks fans. Oh my God.
I guess Miami will have that win. All right, and Toronto Raptors at the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh God, I hope the Raptors lose. I hope Charlotte stomps them into oblivion. I just have to root against for 2019, man. I will always root against the Raptors. Every time I give their fans smoke on Twitter all the time, and I got videos, and I'll be dropping bombs on these fans, man. So I will haters bomb a shoo-in for hater of the year when it comes to the Toronto Raptors, man. They are terrible because I want their fans to suffer. Their team, fine, whatever. The fans suffer. Okay, that's my prediction.
There you go, Guzzle. I love you. All right. Well, there you have it. NBA. Guzzle is an NBA guy, deep insider of the NBA. Feels like.
Man, you gotta watch what you're saying, bro. Don't say deep inside.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that, man. I
don't know where your mind's at.
I'm at work, man. Come on, bro.
All right, Guzzle. What is the best way to reach you online?
Oh, it's just Twitter. CGuzzle at CGuzzle.
And your spaces?
CGuzzle.
It's called Urkels, you said?
Urkel Spaces, yeah. #Urkel Spaces. They got all the followers, and the man does a great job of producing. And he's Urkel and me and Shadow, and we have our group chat. It is like we just got fire in there. There's stuff in there you all don't even know about, man.
Oh wow, I gotta check it out.
We got people that come through. Yeah, #Urkel Spaces, all one word.
Urkel Spaces.
Come on through. We do pre and post game warriors, and then just if something comes up, whatever we feel like, we like over this All-Star break, man, we were bored. We were like, man, what are we supposed to do? We ain't got basketball, so we just get on there and talk mess all the whole time. So yeah, #Urban Spaces, come through.
And you can reach us at thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net, or on our Twitter, thesportscast1. We have Sunday night Hoops Talk with Erwin Dudley and Ryan Krista. They'll be
who's that?
They'll be covering the college basketball and, of course, some NBA. College basketball is heating up. Are you a college basketball guy or just strictly NBA?
I mean, I watch them, like, if they're worth watching, like if there's a player that's going to be in the NBA, and I'll watch that.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Other than that, hey, by the way, shout out to Warriors World with the two-way wigs.
Nice.
Merchandise, baby. Look at that, man. Yo,
Andrew Wiggins.
Man, shout out Wiggins. Baby.
Great addition to the Warriors team, right?
Man, everything and more. Everything and more that we want from him.
Wow.
That man, he's toughest defensive matchup every night. He's going to be a reason why we win a chip. He's going to be a reason why we win several chips, man. Andrew Wiggins, baby.
I love your confidence. Sounds like the Bulls back in the late 90s. Well, Chris Guzzle, I appreciate you coming to the Sportscast. I want you back a little bit more often.
All right, man.
And you're definitely going to be invited to Sports Talk 101, which we air on Tuesday nights at 10, so it's a little bit more up your time. We have one guy who is a Niners fan from the Bay Area as well, so maybe you guys can discuss some Warriors history.
Sad man.
Ronnie Lott. All right.
Oh, Lord.
This was
he played for us, too.
Well, this was your update. Thanks, Chris, for coming on to the Sportscast.
All right. Thanks, man.